Okay, now, for instance, did you know there's two actual spellings of Jesus' name, right? One is in the Old Testament and is Jeshua. In the New Testament, is based off of the Greek, right? Which is Iesous, right? Spelled Iesous, right? Now, they're dropping the O, changing the I into a J, right? And that's where you get Jesus from, right? It's also Jesus in the Spanish, right? So, the English name is the Spanish version, right, of the Greek version of Iesous, right? Do you understand? Right. It's really twice removed, right? If you understand, right? It's not really his name, right? He was never called Jesus, no. But by probably anti Semitic Christians, right? In England, right? Who don't get his real name is Hebrew in origin, right? And it's Jeshua, right? Or Jeshua. Actually, the E is an A sound in the Hebrew. Or an Ja, Shua. That's his real name, right? But if you go to the old Joshua or Jeshua, right, is closer to how you say his name, right? With a J-E, right? Shua. There is no actual S-U-S, right? With the English Hebrew name, right? It's an SH sound. It's not even really a double S at all. They usually pronounce it Shua. Now, unless you're trying to be perfect, the most it might can be, like I said, is if it's the double S, right? Is, and this is how you would do it, just Sua. If you're doing it as a double S, right? Just Sua, or Jace. Sua, kind of like, almost like Jason, right? But Jace, Sua. And it's the S that will be the double S or the SH, right? And the thing with the stutter is they can go from pa to pa, cause ba, b, right? P, right? LM, right? Certain words, certain letters are more pronounced, right? In the Hebrew, the D is doubled, right? There's a single D and a double D, right? We're not talking about size, right? Ha ha, little joke. hmm And that's how you make it funny, right? See, it's either a single D or a double D, and that's also a bra size, right? Do you know that? Right. uh, and that's cause the word for female breast is shashad, right? Sasad or something, right? Shad, right? But do you say sa, s? Mm-hmm. You say s, right? In English, right? But how would you say it in Hebrew? Sh, sh or sa? I don't know, right? If you're a stutterer, would you go sha or sa, right? I don't know, right? But S is one of the letters they might have a problem with, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You gotta look it up. Mm-hmm. P, which is doubled, T is doubled, right? Not all the letters are doubled, though. Or are they, right? There's two ways to do the B, right? One has a dot in it, one don't. Is that a double dot or a single dot, right? Is that a single B or a double B, right? You make it a V. Mm-hmm. I guess going from B to V, right? Or V to W, right? Do you see what you're doing, right? I know. The dot is supposed to double the letter, right? But you sometimes change the letter to a different letter, right? Is that another problem a stutterer will have? Is they'll go from V to P, right? Or B to P, B to V, B to V. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Maybe, maybe. See, if you're not a stutterer, you're not going to understand, right? If you are a stutterer, I'm trying to ask you about your illness because I don't have it, right? Right. I was slow, right, but I could speak clearly, right? Clearly, clearly. I didn't have a stuttering issue, though it develops between the ages of 2 to 5, right? But almost any letter, you can find a dot in it, right? Even the M, right? I know. And I think they're forgetting Moses was a stutterer, right? The Jews. Are you forgetting your leader, if you will, your God, your ruler, right? Was a stutterer, the Lord, his God, right? Who, if you were to take to a psychiatrist today, would be considered nutball, right? By the way, if you were to take Moses to a psychiatrist today, right, he'd be considered nuttier than a fruitcake, right? If you know what I mean, if you know what I mean, right? And the reason for that is called what, right? Self righteousness, right? Or denial, even, right? So, why does Moses do that with most of the Hebrew letters, right? The only one you don't see doubled is the Aleph, the Ayin, or. And that's more. Uh, it's not even really a sound, right? It's more grunt. Uh, seriously, seriously. There's only two letters that don't have an actual sound, right? Aleph and Ayin, right? And aren't doubled, right? I keep telling you, you gotta buy your own books, but right. Mm-hmm. Here's why. Here's why you know. Now, looking through the book, I can show you most of the letters. Right? Just thumbing through it, right? See. The R doesn't, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That one don't. 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 That's the P, right? Mm-hmm. That one does, right? That's iron, right? Mm-hmm. That's Tav, T. That one don't. Mm-hmm. That's final noon. That one don't. Mm-hmm. That's noon in a letter in a word, right? That one don't. That one doubles. That one doubles. But it's still pronounced as a single noon, ain't it? Right. Yes, it is doubled. Yes, it is doubled. In the what? Bible. Mem. Lamed. L. Mm-hmm. Cough. Mm-hmm. Cough with a dot, right? Cough without a dot, right? This is it's another K sounding word. Right? Ka. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or K sounding letter. Yeah, this they think sounds the same, but it has the dot, right? Does that make sense? I know. Are you misinterpreting your own language because you don't give a damn? I know, right? I'm asking you a question. Right. I haven't seen the yod with the double dot in the Bible. Is it doubling the yod? Right. The name Eliyahu has a double dotted yod. Right. Is Ely with a dot on top. Right. HW. Right. Is that a double? Would that be a double yod? Yes. Yes. Mm. Mm-hmm. Tet. Mm-hmm. Cha or key or ka, right. Again, right. These letters here are very similar, right. There it is, right. Mm-hmm. Or hit or kit. Mm-hmm. It is Hanukkah. You try to pronounce it like an H, right? But is it really an H? No. That's Z, that's a Zion, right? That's Vav or Wa. Mm-hmm. Wawa. Right. That can have a dot, right? But there's also a vowel point, a U. If you're a stutterer, again, hey, Dalit, mm-hmm. Dollar. Right. Okay, which one is this one now? Gimel. G. G. There it is. Gimel. I remembered it before I found did that, right? This should be a double Gimel, right? Right. But you still say Gimel Dagish in gold. Right. But you say it with the same dot, right? Right. Without the dot too, right? It's either gold, right? Calls about Moses was a stutterer, right? And B. B. Mm-hmm. Now this is bet. Mm-hmm. But this one you say is vet. VET, right? But wait a minute. Wouldn't that be bet? Mm-hmm. And this be vet? Or blah, blah, blah? Would that be a double B? Right. See, if you don't care about your own language, right? Who will? Who will? No, that's right. Aleph is always Aleph, right? It's never doubled, right? And the Aleph and the Tav is the first and the last. The at. No, no. He's the at. God. Dude. All right, well, I'm going to have to plug in the phone so it can charge up. Great. And upload the videos, right? Am I teaching you something or trying to? You're trying to, right? There you go. There you go. I'm not saying what to do, right? I'm trying to learn about it too, right? And I'm being open-minded. And the problem is when you become closed-minded, right? And you think you're teaching it right when you're teaching it wrong. Right? If you're not teaching something right, that means automatically you're teaching it out wrong. Even if you're calling yourself a Jew, right? If you don't realize the reason these letters are doubled is Moses was considered a stutterer, right? Though he says with stammering lips, and in another tongue will I speak to this people, and for all this they will not hear me. Meaning you don't want to hear the truth. That's not permission, by the way, to not hear him. That's not giving you permission to be stubborn about it, which is what it means you're being, right? Oh no. A magic, you know. Got to believe it's not so. And what is that? Just singing the song, just singing the song. It's not for money. I'm not selling the song. I'm singing the song. I'm singing the song while doing a video on a certain topic that I felt that particular song would make a point. Right. Just singing the song. Just singing the song. It's not like it's the whole song. Right. Either, right? I'm not selling something either, right? See, this is a video that if you happen to come upon it, you may watch it or not, right? You may be aware of me or not, right? But they're playing like you don't even know how it is, right? Get real. I know you know better. I know you know better. I know you know what you're doing is wrong, right? Right. You don't have to tell me it's wrong. I know it's wrong, right? And, and so do you, and so do you. Uh, all right. Anyway, but you have to understand what I'm saying here, right? Right. You're supposed to get it, right? Right. But you're choosing not to get it, right? And you're doing it your own way, right? Then you're doing it wrong, right? Right. See, who can correct you if you're doing something wrong, right? Someone who's open minded that you're doing something wrong. If you're closed minded to it, that you're not, right? See, what I'm doing is I'm considering, wait a minute, Moses was a stutterer, right? Ain't this part of what they're saying, right? Yes. They're trying to double the letters, right? Baba is more accurate than bava, right? You're not going to go from a B to a V, right? Who does that, right? Even if you're stuttering with the baba sound, right? Which the phonics of most languages is similar, right? You got your vowels and consonants, right? Even in Egyptian, with its hieroglyphics, right? The hieroglyphics are saying something to the letters in the English vowel and vowels, right? Of our own alphabet, right? They're words too, right? They're picture words, right? I know. Right, right. Do you realize that? But they're more actually drawn out, right? Right. They're more artistic words, if you will. Right. Uh, if you understand, right? They're pictographs, meaning they're pictures of words, right? That have a meaning, and in Egyptian, right? Right. In ancient Egypt, right? And they could read it well. And the reason we can read it is the Rosetta Stone, right? Which was in English, which was in Greek, Egyptian, and some other language, right? That they could translate it from, right? And they went, this word is associated with this word, and this word is, at least they hope so, right? I mean, you don't actually know which word is associated with which word unless you see a constant, right? You know, form of each word, right? Like you see a certain symbol over and over again, or the number of appearances in compared to the other language where it appears, right, right, is similar, but in a different. Um, Say something is 2 letters or 3 letters, right? How would you know which word is which word, right? Right. It can get very complicated, but again, right. But if God can't tell you something. Who's being stubborn? You. Right, you're right. Okay. It's about time for breakfast.